Greetings and salutations, beautiful humans. There's a beam of sunlight kind of just cutting through my face every now and then, but let's ignore that. I'm here to watch the third Descendants movie. I've already seen it, obviously, but I want to, watch it with you guys. So, like, you can just watch this video and be like, ha, her reactions are funny, or ha, her reactions are real dumb, hate her personally, wow, you suck. That's your right as a commenter or video viewer. So I figure, let's just watch it for fun. Let's have some fun, you and I. I might poke some fun at some things, but this is going to be a pure celebration of our enjoyment, our mutual enjoyment, presumably, of Descendants 3. Oh, I forgot to be ready for that. Too big. Maybe I should move me down here. I don't think any plot relevance is going to be at the bottom of the screen.
Oradorn. It's beautiful, isn't it? Decided that their children should have a chance. So...
Hold on. I'm going to get back to what you're saying real soon. What is happening here? Stop it. No. Stop showing this to me. I made cookies, by the way. I made cookies for me. You should make some cookies for you. Why? You didn't have to do all that. I was like, let's look at this guy. Hopefully.
Hey, check it out!
Okay, from an in-character perspective, he didn't have to do all that. From a movie perspective, he didn't have to do all that. At what point in the filming process did Kenny say, I also want you to write up on the wall, like I'd like you to pedal your bike up onto that brick wall, then off the brick wall, and then deliver your line, sir, and then toss the newspaper. One sec, I want to see that one more time. I'm gonna really marinate in this for no reason. With the little seesaw thing.
Hey, check it out!
It's VK Day. Okay, I'm not gonna rip on the VK Day concept right now. What I'm gonna rip on is the fact that apparently no one here knew that it was VK Day until they got their Isle of the Lost newspaper. Other option, they knew that VK Day was coming, but they didn't know when it was gonna be. Which I guess makes sense, but... like, why? I'm overthinking this. This scene pretty much just exists to show, like, oh, people are excited for VK Day. It should be, oh, they wake up and go, it's VK Day! And that's to show that they're excited. Why is this scene structured as... they didn't know it was VK Day until the Isle of the Lost newspaper. I'm really stuck on the newspaper thing. There's paper boys on the Isle of the Lost. Is that mentioned in the books? Is it in the books that it's like, oh yeah, the Isle of the Lost newspaper, the Daily Nasty or something like that? I don't know. That sounds bad. You stole that from Uma. She's the one who said lost boys and girls. It's like they stole that. Next thing you see Uma, she's gonna be like, lost guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Now's your chance. It's time to get up on your feet and dance. I've listened to this song maybe 3 times, and I still somehow know a lot of the words. The only songs from this movie that I actually go out of my way to listen to are Queen of Mean, obviously, and Night Falls, which, because China's in it. I used to occasionally listen to Once Upon a Time, but that was just because of that scene in the middle with Uma and Harry, and now that I've found a YouTube video that's just the scene of Uma and Harry, I don't listen to that song anymore. Everybody wanna be like us? Dizzy, what are you wearing? Dizzy, I want you to explain to me what you're wearing. I'm gathering that it's a nightgown, but she kind of goes around in it. I want an explanation of that. One more time. Let me see this. Wait a minute. I didn't even think of this, but why is the hair outside the beauty shop? I guess maybe she, swept it outside when she was cleaning the floor, and then she swept it, now she's sweeping it again to get it from outside. Either sweep it outside so that you don't have to deal with it, or sweep it up while it's in the beauty shop. But why would you sweep it outside and then sweep it from outside? You didn't pave the way. You got yours and you forgot everyone until Uma shamed you about it. That's nice. Dizzy, change your outfit. Celia! My child! Celia deserved a song. Yeah, guys, I want you to understand that there are 5 people here. That is not a crowd that you're looking at right now. Okay. Okay, so this concept is back. Are they all VKs or are just you 4 VKs?
All day!
It's definitely not all day, though. This is so atypical of the Isle. If you want to say that, like, oh, everyone in the Isle is acting out of character now because it's, like, such a special occasion, I feel like you have to build to that. You can't just off-screen suddenly be like, oh, they're all happy and, like, everything's fine, that no one thinks you're a traitor, everything's cool. You can't just, like, toss us into it like, oh, by the way, everyone loves them. It's like, no, they were pretty mad at you last movie. Evie specifically had a line saying, oh, we're not too popular over there, and that's her voice now forever.
We're gonna be back here so many times, you're going to be so sick of us. So sick of us.
This doesn't feel like Mal and Evie talking to the VKs. It feels kind of like an actual interview with Sophia Carson and Dove Cameron.
My sweet, sweet friend. My Dizzy.
She really shouldn't count, but okay. And she got a scroll in the credits of Descendants 2, so it seems kind of like a cop-out to be like, oh, she's one of the 4 we're bringing this time. No, she's the only person you said you were going to bring beforehand.
Come on, Squeaky. And no way we're splitting up the twins, so get over here, Squirmy. Come on.
We all picked this girl because we all agreed
Stop
that
it,
she could
Bonnie.
use a little bit of fairy godmother's goodness glass.
That's a terrible, terrible thing to say to someone. We chose her because she's a bad person. Based on what? I'm going to sit through this movie and I'm going to count every time Celia does anything bad. And we're gonna see. If we're going to saddle her with that reputation at the first time we see her, I need to see some payoff. So I'm counting every time she does something bad. She's my child, so you're automatically at a disadvantage. And also, you didn't say that to anyone else. It's like, oh, my Dizzy who I love. Hey, Squeaky, you're someone. Hey, Squirmy, you're that person's brother. And then, hey, we chose Celia because she sucks. Okay, I kind of like that dress. It's I kind of like this guy. Hey, Ben, you won't be in this movie.
I think if Uma was up to something, we'd know by now.
And I think if Uma was up to something, you wouldn't be using binoculars to find her.
Well, you can't be everywhere at once.
I cannot be everywhere at once, people. I'm in dire need of assistance. Your Excellency, sir.
Come on.
Wait a minute. So, what is she doing then? If every single one of them is like, hey, let's look for Uma, she's out there like, I'm gonna find her with my binoculars. Like, what? Why? Do anything else.
Bippity boppity 1 2 1 2. Can everybody hear me?
Stop doing that for them.
It worked out pretty well for the first 4.
Yeah, especially for you.
Really funny.
I love that. I love Chad heckling Ben, and I love Audrey going, it's beautiful. I love it.
Known me my whole life.
Maybe I don't have taste, but I like the dress.
Down on my knees.
Okay, first of all, oh, sorry, I have to pause on that frame. But first of all, I don't think other Disney Channel original movies have had the main, like, child characters getting engaged within the franchise. And, like, a lot of people are like, they're too young to be getting married, but I honestly kind of don't care. I think it's, I want to say they're cute because, like, on a superficial level, they're cute together, but also she kind of controls his mind a lot, and that's not great.
Will you marry me?
Okay, if you are anyone else in the kingdom, though, you have to be asking, like, is this another love spell? Because there's been some love spells with this guy. Have we been testing his food? Every meal, in fact. Check him.
Yes!
She said, yes, time for bubbles! The bubbles that you bring to every...
I love movies.
You didn't not say it, Evie. You said the full word.
Our family status gone.
How? I love the bluebird necklace.
I think she liked it.
Bippity boppity, you betcha.
Stop doing that.
To royal purpleness.
Congratulations.
Oh.
You won him fair and square. Oh, wait, no, you didn't. You spelled Ben to destroy all of Oridon.
Audrey needs a hug! Oh no, it's hard now.
Let me help get this off of you. Oh.
Okay, so that's a half of one. I'm gonna count that as a half of a wrong because we don't actually know why she's acting as though there's something contraband in her bag, but the implication I'll give half a point.
Great grip. You play sports?
It seems like that little kid shouldn't be in the front seat. I love the music. My psychic child.
You're going to be a wise and brave king. The cards never lie.
He neither is nor will be, well, maybe he will be after the series, but like he spends a lot of time doing unwise things because he was told to, so that's neither wise nor brave. And I'm not counting that as a point against her, by the way. That's not her doing something wrong, that's her taking the initiative. If only our no security could have stopped this. Oridon is the least safe place ever. Take my harmless beans. You'll be entirely fine with no side effects, but you'll be knocked over.
There's your precious queen. She can't even protect us.
Okay, to be fair, Audrey, that's not really her job. And also, it's not like you would be able to if you were the queen. Man, so no one's doing anything, huh? Maybe we should try having security places. You know how, like, we have one security guard in the museum and we shouldn't? Hey, speaking of, I love that picture because it's like they've known each other for so long.
Where's my happy ending?
Where is it?
I followed all the rules. I drew inside the lines. I never asked for anything that wasn't mine.
He called her name, and now I feel this overwhelming pain. I mean, it's in my veins, I mean, it's in my brain. My thoughts are running in a circle like a toy train. I'm coming like a perfect picture.
I always thought that I'd be the queen, and there's no in between. Cause if I can't die, then I will be the lady I'm talking about. Now there's a devil on the shoulder where the angels used to be.
I love the chandelier. I love the aesthetic. I love how there's one guard in this entire building. But I've been hurt for the last time. First of all, I love that the crown for the queen is so drastically better than the king's crown.
The anger burns my skin, 3rd degree. Now my blood's boiling hotter than a fiery sea.
I'm gonna sing this whole song.
I always thought that I'd be the queen,
And you are.
there's no in between. Something is pulling me, it's so magnetic. My body is moving, I'm sure where I'm headed.
If there's nothing to lose when you're lonely and friendless, so my only interest is showing this princess that I am the queen and my reign will be endless! Okay, for realsies though, she is so pretty. Like, up here. She's up here. You can't see my hand. It's out of frame, but assume it's on the moon, okay? She is so pretty. She's slaying! The fluidity. Trace it. Spin it. Put it down. Back bend. There we go. That transition. Get what you deserve, honey.
The people are in a panic about Hades. He almost got out.
What was that?
The people are in a panic about Hades.
About
he almost
Hades.
got out.
You're so Canadian.
What do we tell them? What do we do?
Excuse me? I feel like the only reason that they would possibly ask Mal is because they want to be able to scapegoat this child from the Isle. The equivalent of like, oh, I have a black friend and he said it's fine if I make that joke, so it's okay. Basically, they want to shut the barrier for good, so they want to be able to say, oh, Mal said that we should shut the barrier and she's from the Isle. And she's, you know, she's gonna be the queen, she's from the Isle, so I mean, our hands are tied. Feel free to answer the way we want you to.
I think that there's only one way to guarantee their safety. There can't be any more going in and out. I do not want to take away your dream because it was so beautiful.
That's a terrible way of framing this conversation also. Like, I want to know why the script writers put it that way at all. Because, yeah, it's in keeping with my characterization of Mal for, like, fanfictions and stuff, but I don't want Mal to be in keeping with my characterization of Mal in fanfictions. Like, because she says, I don't want you to have to give up your dream. So what she's saying is, I don't want you to be sad about us not freeing the abused kids from poverty. That's so far from a noble way, like, of framing your main character, and I really, really wonder why they went that route. Because this was the time when you could establish that Mal cares about people she doesn't personally know. Like, that's not something we should, and any of us should be aspiring to. And the fact that they're, like, doubling down on it here, where it's like, I don't care about the poor kids, I care about the fact that you care about the poor kids, and I care that Evie cares about the poor kids, like, that's messed up. That's really not something I expected them to, like, go into for Mal's character. Because I thought that I saw that in Mal's character in Descendants too, but I assumed, like, oh, that was unintentional, they're gonna, at some point, retcon it and say that she cares about the poor kids.
I do not want to take away your dream because it was so beautiful. And it is why I fell in love with you.
If you're determined to think that Mal cares about the poor kids, this, you could say that her saying that the reason she fell in love with Ben was because of his dream of saving them that is her saying that she cares about saving them. I'm gonna choose to see it that way.
What's our duty?
To protect what we're on.
Especially the citizens who, like, are rich.
I'm not prepared for it.
That can be seen as her caring.
I just think that we have no other choice.
But not enough. Yes, I know that it's terrible, and I'm sad about it, but also, I'm going to help the rich.
I just don't think that we would forgive ourselves if something terrible happened.
But not to the kids, though, to the princes. Also, terrible like what? Like, what do you think? Because Uma definitely didn't do anything when she had the opportunity to. She had the shell, she went octopus, she splashed some people and left. Hades zapped a couple people with non-lethal beams, and then, like, also left.
I mean, maybe security, or maybe...
Okay, don't say security, because none of you have ever tried to secure anything in this entire movie. Maybe security? Then put some guards somewhere! They spend the entire movie never guarding anything and going, oh no, what are we gonna do if the people have weapons? Put some guards somewhere!
You will stand up for the VKs.
She totally won't.
Oh, no.
Who cut the cake?
Okay. Who got into Jane's cake?
Who cut this cake? Yeah, who cut this cake? It's awful they did this.
I especially love the lack of turds. And the lack of flies.
You poor dears.
What's up?
She's sharing. In fact, that's minus a point. That's she's sharing and she's never been taught to. You think anyone said, hey, by the way, share with your friends?
You were home.
Oh, where's she at? She's having
Is
so
this a
much
joke?
fun.
My life was perfect until you stole it.
Yes, ma'am.
You think men will love you now, you old hag?
No, that's
You'll pay the
ageist.
price.
She's so pretty. There was like a flash of this in the trailers. Like in the trailers, there was like a fraction of a second where you see an old woman. In my headcanon, when I saw the trailers, I never posted this on Tumblr, but I was thinking that was going to be Evie. Like I was thinking that everyone would go into like their mom's or their parents' state. Evie was going to turn into an old lady. Ben, we already knew, was turning into the Beast. So that was my headcanon. Kind of wish it had happened that way because that'd have been interesting, but it's fine.
How bad is it? You age beautifully.
And you are very
Now,
generous
let's
to
just
your
get you to
girlfriend.
some-
Evie is such a good girlfriend. It's weird that Jane's mom isn't already there.
Anybody save me any guacamole? Mindless little drones!
We don't have
How could you
lines.
forget what she did to us? How could you forget that I was supposed to be your queen?
It's not our fault we don't have lines.
Great new look. I absolutely love the feathers.
Same.
But a loyal boyfriend by your side?
Chad is all of us,
Partner
honestly.
in crime?
I appreciate that Chad isn't on any macho crap here. Like, he runs up immediately ready to submit hard.
Fine, stand behind me.
Yes, ma'am. I love this part.
Happy birthday
Hey, Jane. I'm on my way to the party. The
In
meeting's
my
running long.
striped
No,
shirt.
no, stay where you are, Ben.
Pay special attention to the striped shirt I'm wearing, because I'll be wearing it for the rest of the day, I promise.
Audrey's got the scepter and everyone's asleep. I'm gonna call Mom and tell her to get her wand.
Is Mal with you?
Jane is on it. Like, Jane immediately, like, okay, I have information. Here's all of the information you need. I'm gonna get my mom, who is also magical. Let's do this. Like, she is on top of things. Ben, get on it.
I'm me again!
Guess I spent all those hours in special effects makeup for nothing. I love the words on the door. They're so cute. You make sure you get your cut.
It's moving this way.
Facilier's face, he's just like, heh heh heh, screw you guys.
Wow, rookie mistake. Long time no see.
Get off my bike, Hook.
Catch me if you can.
Put him up.
Jane.
How big is that dog? You'll see.
I'm gonna give her 1 for that, just because I'm being generous. So she was at -1/2, now she's at +1/2 again, just for lying about the dog. Mal, I hate to say this, but you're at more than +1/2. Don't go directly, go around the back. I would never make such a silly mistake. Except for that. You're not getting a point for that, because that wasn't you doing something bad, that was you doing something dumb. You get a pass for being like 12.
You were low on canned corn.
That was so cute!
Quite a show you put on the other day.
Hades being her dad was completely unnecessary to the movie. Your dad was a human. Well, kind of nope, I guess. This purpose could have been served with any Maleficent thing. Like, it could have been like, oh man, we need to power this spell. Hey, I'm gonna go get a Maleficent thing. Random Maleficent item here. Because it's not like Hades' Ember was in the cartoon. Like, it wasn't in the canon before now, was it? Was I missing out on a part of Hercules where it's like, oh, it's my Ember? Well, that's not how he talks. He's like, hey, kid, it's my Ember. Car salesman. Just sing the song.
He's not the easiest person to get along with.
Okay, Cheyenne Jackson is really pouring effort into this thing.
I used to be a god!
Yelling! I love how promptly Celia got out of there. Like, she's just like, I'm gonna hide behind stuff for a while. You guys have your thing. I'm just gonna be over here.
Oh, I guess that's why you ran.
Not gonna lie, the song is a bop. I don't listen to it a lot because I'm annoyed by the Hades Mal thing, but it's still a fun song. Are you sad? You without your powers. That was a good comeback. Are you expecting flowers? Ooh, my child! Guess you don't have a phone. I'll just say I miss you. Okay, so one thing I never want to do is throw shade at the actors for no reason, but I am curious as to how this scene would have gone with Descendants 1 Mal. That being said, the dynamic between them is kind of fun to watch, except for in the last scene when they throw in the unnecessary, like, I'm protective of my daughter, Ben. Like, that was kind of lame to me, but that's for later. She's so cool.
The Ember only works for me.
No, it'll work for me. We're blood.
You're only half Hades. The Ember won't do everything for you that it does for me.
So it will work for me, though. So the thing you were saying before, where you said the Ember only works for me, was not true, then. What a waste of time. Could have just been like, give me the Ember, it'll work for me, because I'm your child. And he'll be like, okay, but it won't do all that it does. But like, I don't understand why he had to lie first.
That's my girl.
Okay. See you in the end.
And as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't even exist.
Don't worry, as far as the movie's concerned, he doesn't exist until we need someone to bring Audrey back from the dead.
No, I want the order guard handing out gas masks.
Okay, so he's in his birthday party outfit. Jane calls and says, hey man, there's a bunch of stuff going on, do some stuff about it. And then he's like, oh man, I have to change into my leather jacket immediately and zip it all the way up. And then I should get on the phone and ask about giving people gas masks. Only to unzip it, and it turns out I'm wearing a completely different shirt underneath it.
I demand my life back.
She's so pretty!
I have a proposition.
Do you?
Oh, wake everybody up right now. Benny Boo.
Don't do that, please. Please stop.
Make me your queen and we'll rule side by side.
That's creepy. Don't do that.
Does someone put a spell on you?
Mm.
Just tell me who and
You want? Marry them?
First of all, I love everything about this scene except for that weird "you must marry me" thing, because that's kind of creepy. But I love that she's just like, yo, what? Marry them? And I love that he's so concerned about her. He's just like, are you okay? It's so easy to dislike Ben because he keeps on just, like, benignly going with the bad stuff people say. And, like, a lot of the stuff he agrees to is terrible, but, like, there's just moments where he's, like, so sweet and it's easy to forget the other stuff.
Most people
Like
get
that
jealous because they have good
face
stuff.
he's making now.
How do you like me now, Benny Boo?
Wow, can I weigh in?
I like the old Audrey better.
Then you're out of your mind and a coward and a fool.
Sleeping is too good for old
How is being stoned worse than being asleep? Moment of appreciation for that drastically different actress who's playing Celia right now. And she's back.
Whoa, so Hades thing going.
Hey, my boys, where you at? Come here. My boys! Carlos just like, no. My woman!
Drop something.
She is so pretty.
That's my name.
Harry's face. I'm overloading for a moment, excuse me.